Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the tech news for Wednesday, October 28, 2015. And today in the news, we have ransomware, and more specifically, the FBI actually telling the people, and that's kind of a shocker here. Well, if you got ransomware, better pay the bad guys to get your files back. And that just shows you how the FBI, and they actually say it themselves, that the FBI is just, almost clueless at what they can do to prevent or help this. It is, of course, something that I always thought about because these ransomware guys are often in, old East European countries or Russia, places where, even our local law enforcement they're gonna say, to that country, well, you got bad guys doing this, and basically nothing gonna happen. So ransomware is that type of malware, and it's probably one of the worst that you can have, because what it does is encrypts all your files on your hard drive, and if you have external hard drives or thumb drives plugged in, it's gonna encrypt everything. And the bad thing about it is that even if you call a professional, nobody can decrypt the files. Nobody. The only way to get your files back is to pay the ransom because you'll have that special key that will help you decrypt the files. And these guys ask very often things like $300 or $400 or $500. It's amazing. You know what? That's why having backups of all your files and using even cloud storage is nice, because if the files gets encrypted on your computer, you just clean up the computer to remove the malware or reinstall and get your files back from cloud storage, for example. That's why it's also interesting and useful to have storage, have backups of your stuff, but on a hard drive that is not permanently plugged in your computer. Like that, if you get ransomware, you know that your hard drive that's not plugged will not have problems. You'll get your files back once you clean up. So, interesting note here to see that, the FBI really tells you that they can't do nothing basically about it. And, the best thing you can do is be careful when you go on the web and don't click or download anything so that you don't get this bad stuff on your computer. That's for sure. In other news, we have market share for Windows Phone. We've noticed that Windows 10, even though still at Windows 10 Insider previews, so it's still not an official release of Windows 10 Mobile, is up 1% to 5.7%. So it gets a little more market share on the Windows Phone, which is interesting to see. But Windows Phone 8.1 is still pretty much what dominates. What's interesting though here is to note that when you look at the little pie here, you notice that basically Microsoft is the one that's pretty much keeping Windows Phone running, because if you look at HTC, Samsung, Huawei, they're all at minus in their growth. So it means that they actually lost some market share and probably aren't making much Windows phones anymore. So it's really the Microsoft Nokia that's driving the market. So let's, hope that they may maybe take more market share out of that, because it's nice. These are nice products, but unfortunately, it's kind of a little complex in all the Android and iOS world of phones. Bill Gates is 60-year-old today. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, and should really, I think, be happy about his life. Funny, because I always thought that he might be a little older than that, but no, only 60. I don't know, must be happy to see Microsoft turn around and the new image, the new way, and the directions that Microsoft are taking today, which is very different from when he was there and Windows was basically the product from Microsoft. Also, very nice to have, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that does a lot of help in trying to, prevent disease and help in, poor countries around the world. It's a great, great foundation, and it's nice to see that, at least rich people, some rich people like Bill Gates, want to take their cash and help others to have a better life. Apple has released its numbers of sales for the last quarter. One thing that's interesting is that over a year, iPhone sales in China, 99% increase. That's kind of interesting. It's a nice number. Now it depends on, of course, how many iPhones are sold in China also, because a 99% increase of a small number is a small number. But what actually was most deceptive probably is the fact that they actually sold less iPhones than they would have loved. So they came short, and that didn't please Wall Street, of course. So the stock didn't really do much with the announcement. So, but the 99% increase in China, I think, is an interesting number for them because it means that they have a market where maybe the growth can continue. As I think, as we go on, the market is really saturated now with iPhones and Android stuff. If you have a Surface Pro 3, 4, or a Surface Book, firmware update is available, so get that and download that. Make sure you have that on your device. Helps in a number of ways, including battery life, and also fixes a few glitches on the Surface Book, including the one where the screen doesn't want to detach all the time from the base. And so it's an interesting update to get for Surface Pro 4 and Surface Book. And if you have an older Surface Pro 3, the firmware update is also available for you. So that's pretty much the news we have today for Wednesday, October 28th, 2015. If you enjoy our videos, want to subscribe to our channel, you'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions, problems, ask away. Give us thumbs up if you like the videos. It helps on the ratings on YouTube. And don't forget, every Tuesdays from 3 to 5 p.m. we have our live show where we answer questions. And you can send your questions during the week to helpwithyourcomputers@gmail.com. We try to answer on the show live. Hopefully you enjoy our videos. Thank you for following us. It's fun to have you guys and girls, and hope to see you again soon.